So here is a web page. This page is made up of lots of different elements. It's made using a thing called HTML, which stands for Hypertext Markup Language, and it's made out of lots of different things. For example, here we have a heading. That's probably a heading 1, and then this might be a heading 2 just there. There's no way of knowing that unless we look at the source code, which we'll do in a few minutes. This is just a piece of plain text, that's just text in HTML. Here's an image. Putting an image into HTML is using the img tag. This image is probably an internal, relatively referenced image inside the document. We have a line here that separates content out in things. We also have another line, a vertical line running that way as well, just there. Here we have a table. We'll see it's got table headings and then some data in the table. We've also got a embedded media player. So if I press this, we'll have some music. We also have a background, you'll see here, and what else do we have? All of this looks how it does because of a CSS, a cascading style sheet. So if we take a look at the source code by right-clicking and pressing View Page Source, you'll see that firstly we have title. That title is the thing that appears in this tab up here. This is just basic HTML writing here. All of this is HTML. We have, if we try and find where the table is, table starts with a tag called table. So we're getting close. Where is it? There's TR there. Ah, there we go, table. And it says it wants to be bordered and with a width of 100%, which means it spans the whole of the page. And then we have a table row here, and then table data. So table data is every single cell in the first row. You close that row off, and then you start a second row. So looking at this, how many opening TRs have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. If you flip back, hopefully 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 rows. Okay. To look at the background, we actually need to look at the CSS style sheet, which is the link here. If we open that up, and here we go, background image, because there's actually a picture. Background image, media background.png. So that background is actually in the CSS. And then the sound, where the sound was inserted, that was, where is that? It was near the bottom of the page, and I reckon it's probably about, oh dear, I'm losing it. Oh no, I was at the top, sorry. Here it is here, embed. So I'm embedding a audio file. It's in the media folder, so it's relatively referenced song.mp3. There's a controller, and it doesn't autoplay because that's really annoying on websites. And there you go, that's the web page. Okay, so now I have the HTML file opened up in Notepad, and I can change a few things. For example, if I wanted in the text, I wanted to change that to a H3. Remember, I have to close the H3 tag as well. Hopefully, this will then be a little bit smaller on the page. And likewise, I'm just going to confuse things a little bit and call that H1. So then we can really tell that that's changed. Scroll all the way over to the right to make sure that I close the H1 too. Otherwise the whole of the page will be H1. There we go. And one last thing. Let's make duo bold by putting a B tag. Usually I would maybe do a span and put this in CSS as a style, but for the time being I'm just using raw HTML to put a B tag there. So if I save that now and then open up the HTML page again, you will see that now the heading is smaller, and this text here, that's H1, that's nice and big, and then duo there is bold. So now I've changed some HTML, I've changed a few tags of the elements, and then it's changed there. There we go.